Hello everyone and welcome back tonight. How is everybody doing? So again, if anybody wants to form any union circles, feel free to start forming them right now. We are going to be doing a little bit of shiny hunting, and when we get the shinies, we are then going to be, don't care about that, we are going to be opening up the union circles on here. I have a vendetta with Shiny Oddish. It is time to get my revenge on Shiny Oddish. So, it's vengeance time. I have another Oddish outbreak. I do not want to not deal with this shiny not appearing. So it is time to go get this one. Okay, where is it? Okay, the outbreak is up top. Okay, that's fine. It's not the biggest outbreak. I mean, it's not bad. We can vibe with this one. We can deal with this. Now that one, look, I'm gonna be nice. Give me both. Hey Bacon, come on the mods, please go grab Lexi's link, please. Only got a shiny mini earlier today. Hello Lobster. Hello Pixel, Guy, Vegeta with the Splatoon 3 servers. What did these Splatoon 3 servers do to you today, Jared? Speaking of, how many of you guys were enjoying playing Splatoon earlier today? We were off-screen, Mudkip, Jade, and I were doing some Splatoon for the Splatfest. Team Family is probably going to end up losing the entire Splatfest, but don't care. I'm doing very well out there. Doing very, very well. Thank you very much for going and grabbing Beacon of Lexi's link, please. Glad you are all doing well. We got blasted by snow here today. So we actually did not go and visit the grandmother, that will instead be done tomorrow, because we actually have tomorrow off. So we're going to be visiting grandma then. Yeah, how's everyone doing? What is that? Oh, Cottony, that's what that is. I was like, what the freak was the thing as a cotton ball? Understandable. I don't think those audits would count for the outbreak. I think that'd be here. Hello there, Omar. Got disconnected as a result of Page after dominating win. Got timed up to 10 minutes. They didn't even count the win. They had already decided. Wow. I mean, I believe if you DC mid-game, it automatically counts as a loss no matter what. So, that actually does make sense, Jared. The game defaults to it being a loss. Which, honestly, I'm kind of okay with that, because it also prevents people from basically disconnect scumming to preserve win rates. I didn't watch the entire thing yet, Jade. I'm going to be watching more of it later. Glad you're doing okay, Lobster. No, this was after the match. Really? I mean, I guess it would depend on where the screen was at when... I mean, I guess if it DCs before the, like, total tallying, like, at the end where, like, it... I know what I'm trying to say and phrase it, but the words are not coming out correctly. I guess if it DCs before the after game, like, progress bar thingy, maybe then it doesn't log it, but I honestly don't know. Their top 3 were insane. Like, I don't know how that is your top 3. That is a hacking team right there. It makes me wonder, what the freak were the rest of the draft pick 3s? Like, Iron Valiant going early, that's Iron Valiant. That's how it always goes. Iron Valiant's always taken early. I mean, I'm not really sure how I can help. You said you'd send me something on Discord, but I didn't see you send anything on the Discord. I will help if possible, but I'm not sure if I can. Yeah, I think it comes down to, like, a specific thing about when the thing pops up. So that might. That maybe. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing the Splatfest result. The last mon they chose was so Slapper. I will look forward to seeing what that is. Did someone draft a football again? No, nobody drafted a football again, James. Nobody drafted a football. I'm still surprised no one in the UNPL drafted a Revavroom. Which is why for week 2 I'm picking up Revavroom. Like, that thing is insane. Laying down. Rest, Lexi. Dizzy is not a good feeling to have. It is good to rest and get better. Sometimes I try to make a team of. Depends on what format. Because certain starters are much better in certain formats. You know what? Just for the kick in the teeth, I'm gonna be knocking out all of you egg trees because I want the execute shells for item grinding. When we do challenges, like these only teams that actually go to give me bad things. Go eat exactly, Lexi. Go rest. Also, my dad is watching football right now. Like an hour ago, the Cowboys were losing 27-0. I mean, I'm not any kind of footballologist, but I believe 27-0 is bad. Trees, exactly. Very tree. He hates the Cowboys, so he's happy. Good. I think my brother's friend likes the Cowboys. I think my brother's friend hates the Cowboys, so my brother wants the Cowboys to win, just to get him angry. So I don't know. I'm sorry. Don't ask. Don't ask. No fire starters except Chimchar. For ranked. I'd say honestly probably Chimchar is probably the one to go. Favorite rock? Granite is my favorite rock. Drink water. Always stay properly hydrated. There's a reason we have hydrate or dihydrate. Drink water if only to outlive one's enemies. I thought football season was over. No! Football is still... Remember, the Super Bowl is like the end of football. In the Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure is in... like February or something, right? There's still a good while of the footballing. Did not expect a grand pleasant surprise. Really? What were you expecting, Roost? I'm very curious by that. Unless you mean like like European football, which is football, aka soccer. Which I don't know when that ends or starts. Because we here are USA. USA number 1. Oh yeah, remember the Nimona thing I said earlier? Yes, the Milotic thing. Also, Jade, after this ends off, I'm gonna need you to help get me my Milotic. So, make sure you have a prism scale at the ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that should be all of our KOs for Odish. Let's get shiny hunting. Season's almost over. Never watched college football or pro football. I know the football team was high school. Yeah, I don't know a thing about football. Other than the Super Bowl used to have really, really awesome movie trailers, and they just don't do that anymore because it's not worth it monetarily. So again, not sure if Granite is a big favorite of mine. Simply because of how good it looks on Minecraft. Simply because that's a favorite of mine. So I have a bit on a shale. Ooh. I mean, I just like granite. I just think it's cool. Like, I like granite. Actually, we're gonna go... No, we're gonna go poison sandwich. Because we have minimal spawn interference with a poison type encounter power sandwich. Salty, salty. Let's go check. Let's put James sub. Let's put James house to play. When you fight her in the league room, she also gets a starter depending on your starter. Hi, Pink! One of the mods go grab Pink's link. I am not a pro player like Quartz. I mean, Quartz isn't a rock. Quartz is a mineral. The difference between a rock and a mineral is a rock is comprised of minerals. So basically, a mineral on its own is not a rock, but a rock has many minerals in it. That's actually granite is composed partially of quartz. So you like a portion of granite. Yes, remember, I did go to school for geology. This is quite literally my jam. Oh, it seems going fantastic. We literally just started. Also, again, just the no context thing of you sending that to Anxious Christian was great. I love that. That's terrifying. It's literally Godzilla. That is quite literally just Godzilla. Just freaking Godzilla. Ah, hard and pretty. Yes, exactly. They are made out of different elements. It's hard and pretty. Comic book. It's literally Godzilla. It's literally Godzilla. Oh my gosh, that's great. Follow me felt it was fun. Rocks are cool and stuff. I mean, I love rocks. Feel free to educate me anytime. Temper. I feel you may regret that offer. I'm quite a fan of rocks. Like, to put into perspective how big of a fan of rocks I am, my senior thesis was almost a paper about the differences between rubies and sapphires. Because yes, for those who don't know, a ruby and a sapphire is basically the exact same thing. The only difference between a ruby and a sapphire is a less than 1%, no, a less than 1% of 1% by weight difference in the molecular structure. And it is just impurities. They are the exact same mineral, corundum. Not corundum. Yes, corundum. Yes, corundum. They're the same exact thing. Hello, Pro Gamer Plays. How you doing? Welcome in, Pro Gamer Plays. Thank you very much for popping in. Thought we were gonna be zigzagoon, but yeah, nice. Dude, never. I love it. Really delightful. But yeah, it's like I am a big fan of rocks. So my joke that I would always make about Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire is that it's ironic for being named after two things that are 99.9% identical. They are the two versions until Black and White and Black and White 2 that were the most different. Which, that is a geology joke. Which, not quite a dad joke. But we have those two. How do you do well? Thank you very much, Pro Gamer Plays. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I like rocks. Fun fact. Limestone and marble are the same thing. It's just one's under pressure. Yeah, limestone gets turned into marble. Just under heat and pressure. Yeah. Cause wait, is that a shiny? Okay, no, you're not. I thought that that blob of goo was a shiny. It was not, unfortunately. Pokemon Spoon and Pokemon Ladle. No. The regional variant of Aegis Slash and Honedge is just gonna be a spoon. It would be very funny if they did make a regional variant of the Aegis / family, and it's just a pencil or a pen, because you know you got the joke of the pen's mightier than the sword. That would be funny. I would find that very amusing. Interesting, never heard either. Yes. Yes, metamorphic rock. Same thing. Metamorphic rock. Basically heat and pressure turn. It's very, very interesting the way in which, you know, small little things change things. Let's go over again. Yeah, there is, I mean, I could go get my freaking notes from my class, because in my closet, I quite literally have all of my notebooks just stacked up in there from college, just in a box underneath everything in my closet. So I've got, like, and half of those are geology classes. The question is, can I even read my own handwriting? Because I will be honest, my handwriting is garbage. Like, you need to break out the Indiana Jones specialist to decipher those hieroglyphics. Oh, I made someone rage with Chimchar versus Raging Bull. Oh, that sounds hilarious. What do you think of Pokemon game? Did you? I mean, different think should and what I think will happen are very different things. Ideally, I'd like the next Pokemon game to actually be a spin-off. You know, ideally, I'd have the next Pokemon game not be a mainline game, and then release the next mainline Pokemon game after the release of the next Nintendo system so they can spend more time developing the game engine for it. And instead, in the meantime, just release, you know, spin-offs. But that remains to be seen. And sometimes you will find a piece of paper that is weird doodles that you forgot you did in yours. Oh no, see, I did that on the back of my notebooks. I did that on, like, the cardboard backing of everything. And most of the time, those doodles were just writing down ideas for videos in Let's Plays and just, like, bad jokes to tell in the Let's Plays. Rather than drawing, because the doodles I would do were not there. The doodles I would do were my monsters. Of which I have finally resumed writing my monster stories. So, basically on and off throughout the day, I've actually been resuming writing them. Presently 8 pages in. And I started rewriting about 5 days ago. So, making progress. I shoot for trying to do at least 1 page a day. And unlike the first time I started writing things down, I'm typing this up. Oh, I spent longer on that. I drew that in high school. I spent longer on some of those drawings. I have like maybe 50 of those drawings. I spent longer on some of those drawings, as in a singular drawing, than I spent on entire, like, classwork in high school for certain drawings. I'll be honest. Do not do what I did. It is not a good thing to do that, but I did do that. Yes, I have created several of my own kaiju. Again, like the list of them is like 50 of them at this point. It's been something I've been basically passively working on for the last basically decade, that I have now decided to put the pen to paper, metaphorically and literally, and start actually trying to make something of it. So it's the ideas have been ideaing. They've been cooking. And now it is time for the ideas to actually get baked. You already know my theory about the Game Freak would throw us the third DLC. I mean, I still think third DLC is the most likely avenue. And I'm hoping third DLC is a thing. DLC 3 is real. Me make me want to continue my old book I was writing. Granted, I can be way more graphic now. Roost, I would love to swap idea stories with you. I would be very curious to know what you were writing. Thank you, Omar. I will need indeed good luck in the draft. Wait, can I read them all? I mean, I can send you, so far, what I have written right now, Jade. Like, right now, the monsters have not appeared in the story. Right now, it's just, like, the setup for everything. So, possibly. Possibly. I heard that Switch 2 is probably going to be, like, grade base PS4, which would be big up for Nintendo. See, I don't really know about the PS4. Actually, wait. Wait, I have a PS4. What am I saying? I have a PS4 literally right under my bed. I was like, I don't know what a PS4 can do. It's like, yeah, no, I know what a PS4 can do. I mean, that would be interesting. But I also don't really know how strong or relatively weak the Switch is compared to the PlayStation 4, so I don't know tech specs and processing graphical power. That's I know rocks. I don't know software, hardware. Computers confuse me. I know how to turn the computer on. I know how to turn it off, and I know how to type on the keyboard. That's all I know. Iron Fist, Punching Glove, Chimchar with Focus Punching one-shots. What is it? What is that one-shot? Because that sounds very, very silly. What about 20 backstories of characters, explanations for their goals, or what have led inside with interesting. Roost, you and I think we get along very well with world building. I enjoy world building. Should I add Grookey with fake out? Oh. I mean, Chimchar does get fake out itself, so you could also do that. Basically, the premise: world-renowned assassins get kidnapped, given superpowers, redeem themselves, and do that. That sounds very interesting. I mean, it sounds like John Wick with superpowers, which I do not have any opposition to because John Wick is awesome. The Switch, either Xbox or PlayStation. If the Switch plays either an Xbox or a PlayStation, I'm not really sure I follow. Because, again, I don't know how powerful each system is relative to each other. You kind of gotta break it down into just simple pieces. I already said to someone that if I could draw, this would be a manga. Yeah. Well, by definition, I believe manga has to be made in Japan. So, technically, it wouldn't. Actually... Sorry, I have to do that. I have to do the technicality voice. Because I am someone who does love their technicalities. Monster Fiction available to read. Oh, I'm writing it right now. It is being written as we speak, B. It is... All of my ideas are up here. All the ideas have been up here for the last several years, sort of piecing out everything. I am only just now putting the pen to paper and actually writing them out. And by writing them out, I mean like typing them up in a Google document. So that way I can, you know, save it electronically and also edit it easier. Because like, the original, like, prototype idea, I actually have in my room right now. It's literally 10 feet away from me. And it's all written on lined paper. And it was all written in pencil. So the graphite's just smeared, like, all over the pages. So you can't even really read it anymore. And my writing back then was honestly painful. Like, it was legitimately painful to read that stuff. And even then, I can't even read most of it because it's just illegible. But now I'm actually typing it up. Who knows what I'll do? Who knows? Maybe I'll release it someday. I feel like with a high graphics game like Spider-Man 2 would more likely also buy a club. So. Ah. Yeah, I don't know how powerful, like, the systems are, but I know the Switch is very, very weak comparatively to a lot of the other systems. Maybe I'll go down my ideas. Yeah, I will make, like, notes on it. Like, I'll have, like, a random piece of paper that just has some ideas, like, scrawled out on it. And then eventually, like, I compile that into, like, a document of, like, a list of ideas, but not the overall story, which the overall story is what is being worked on now. Because I love things like Godzilla. I love series like that. But there is one thing about the entire Godzilla series that I find less believable than the fact that Godzilla actually exists. Like, yes, Godzilla to me is more believable than one thing not being the case. There is no singular massive organization that is not planned for these things, despite the fact that canonically in every single Godzilla series except for the new American movies, you know, well, new as in, you know, the ones that are a decade old at this point, which freaking heck. Legendary Godzilla is turning a decade old, which, honestly, pour one out for Godzilla. Like, the fact that chronologically, every single one of those timelines had Godzilla attack Japan in 1954. So, they've known Godzilla exists for, like, 40 years at that point. The fact that they have not, like, actively planned for this thing is the least believable part of that entirety. Like, they don't have some sort of giant organization that is literally throwing billions of dollars at ways to fight the giant atomic dinosaur. That is the least believable thing about that series to me. Went camping in cold weather and got a cold. That is not how colds work, Blorb. Cold weather does not give you a cold. That is an incorrect thing about diseases and sickness. Edit revise it, maybe get it. Yes. Don't transcribe it all. Well, the thing is, the original thing I wrote, I am ignoring all of it. That original writing thing is horrendous, and the base concept of the series idea has changed so drastically since that original prototype. There is nothing in that which is reusable. Like, even the character names are different. So it's like, it's not even reusable. Anyway, I'm saying. Most interesting part of Godzilla is that not prepared to fight against him, and they thought it would. Well, yes, exactly. That's the part that's not believable. But I agree, that is the entertaining part. But it's not believable. That's the one part that I do not actually. Yes, it is. But being cold and being out in the cold weather does not give you a cold. Actually. Let me just push my glasses up right there. I have to do that. I do love the technicalities voice, as I like to call it. I enjoy that you can school people about most random stuff. I mean, for me, it's more a thing of when I learned that was the case, hearing something that is demonstrably incorrect is my biggest pet peeve. Like, there's one thing that I just can't think of what it is, but I think it actually might be the cold thing, where it is a demonstrably incorrect thing, and it drives me up a wall when people don't know like it is a demonstrably incorrect thing. It's the reason why anytime someone refers to legendary beasts from Johto as dogs, I will always bring up they're all cats. It's like, there is the guy who designed them says they are cats. Oop. One sec. Not feeling so well for a sec. I'll be back in a moment. There we go. We're back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I have returned. I'm back. I'm fine. I had to go get something for my stomach. I'm perfectly fine. Something with dinner did not quite agree with me, so just had to go take something, and y'all good. What's up, G? Oh no, he's there. Cold weather. No, cold. The reason why you generally get sick more in winter is you're generally closer and around other people. Remember, in winter, around winter and with the cold weather, you have Thanksgiving, you have New Year's, you have Christmas, or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa. You have Easter, all that. New Year's. You've got a lot of events where you're inside and you are around other people. Me. Yeah, I'm fine. This is good to see you. Yeah, I'm fine. Trust me, it takes a lot to mess with me. But as for what we were mentioning before, I agree definitely. Like, the most entertaining part about the Godzilla movies is like humanity's complete and total incompetence at being able to like fight giant monsters. Where there's a part I have a little bit of a self-aware jab at that sort of thing where, you have, the giant, 300-something foot tall giant monster just leaves the city. And then, they're chasing it down and it's like, well, they can't find it anymore. And it's like, how do you lose track of a 350-foot giant atomic dinosaur in the ocean? And just the person chimes in, technically it isn't a dinosaur. And it's like, that's not the point at all, but it's like, it's not a dinosaur. It's like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense that, you can lose track of things, but like, they still do. Pepto-Bismol, apple seltzer, yeah, I just took some Tums. Non-brand Tums, except they actually just were Tums. I had to go find them. Because normally they're in the closet right next to my room. They were not there this time, and I remember they were not there this time only after I went looking, because we recently had meatball subs. And if I have too much pasta sauce, it messes with my stomach a little bit. So we needed to go move them. I forgot about that. What? That gets me about Godzilla -1 is the reason Godzilla can't be stopped if you have American Japanese equated. Yeah, I love that. The thing is, that the one simple line of the Americans can't help the Japanese in Godzilla -1 because they don't want to provoke the Soviets, that right there makes that entire movie for me. That is probably the most believable reason for anything in any of those movies to happen. Because, yeah, the US could have just come across the ocean with, like, the 25 Essex-class carriers, all 4 Iowas, South Dakotas, and the North Carolina battleships, and just blown Godzilla to smithereens. Like, you might be tough, but you are no match for USA. But they couldn't send anything. They had to rely on one heavy cruiser that got absolutely freaking wrecked. Ripped to KO. And then 4 destroyers. For those who don't know naval ships as much as I do, heavy cruisers are the moderately medium-sized boats with the decently sized cannons, 8-inch cannons about. The battleships are the big ones, about 16-inch cannons. And then the destroyers are the little tiny ones. They're the little ones. Remember in the game Battleship, the little boat that's like, what, 2 things wide? Compared to the aircraft carrier that's like 5? That's pretty much a destroyer. They're small. They're tiny. They had 4 of those freaking things to fight Godzilla. Oh, I love that movie. Movie takes place in 1947. So, quite literally right after the end. The thing is, I also like that they very specifically have it take place after Operation Crossroads. Now, you may not know what Operation Crossroads is. Basically, let's see what happens when you take a nuke and blow it up in the middle of a fleet of ships. For science! The reason that's important is a lot of, Japan's big ships were used in that, so a lot of their big ships were gone. So it's like they only have the small ones left. So it's like, there's a, if you know the history, there's a lot of very sound historical things that go into why they basically have to get creative with fighting Godzilla, and I love it. It's like, as someone who loves history, as someone who loves Godzilla, it mixes the two of those in a fantastic way. Hello there, Marty. Welcome in. Size doesn't matter. Correct temper, exactly. Again, they get clever when they have to fight Godzilla. They get clever. Oh no, see, here's the thing, B. So imagine this. US talking to the post-World War II Soviets. Yeah, we're gonna send about an entire fleet of our big aircraft carriers and battleships about 400 miles off your shore because there's a giant radioactive dinosaur. You okay with that, buddy? They would not believe that. It's like, there is no proof of said giant radioactive dino. Though it is interesting to note, there actually was a conversation between the US and the Soviets that was, if aliens invaded, and the aliens attacked the US, would the Soviets help the US? And the answer was yes. So, maybe they would be okay with that if they were told of giant nuclear dino. But as someone who knows, like, the history, like, yeah, that is a very believable thing. Because U.S. and USSR were not friends at that point. They were not friends. I am arting. Hello, Hannah. How are you doing? It's not Godzilla. It's Gojira. It's Gojira, you moron. Which one was that in? Because I don't remember that line. But I do like how in this movie they do actually say, like, the actual name of the creature is Gojira, but the Americans refer to it as Godzilla. So, like, I love that they canonically have an explanation for the two separate names of it. That, yeah, it's just the Americans call it one thing, the Japanese call it a different thing. I love that. Skeletors look like a heckin' chunker from above. I mean, it's a crocodile. I mean, it makes sense. But crocodiles do not stop growing as they get older. Yet another random little factoid of things. Crocodiles don't stop growing. So long as you give a crocodile sufficient food and keep it healthy, they will continue to get bigger just as they get older. They don't stop. So again, do with this information what you will, but crocodiles don't stop growing. Naruto shows up in Moscow and they'll be like, oh, maybe we should play. Yeah. 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 Again, that's one of the reasons I really, really like. Godzilla -1 is not a movie for everyone. If you're a fan of the Godzilla movies, you will love -1. It was a fantastic movie. If you like history, it's a good movie. What about animals are heckin' chunkles? That is, Skeletors is an absolute unit. As we in scientific terms, it is an absolute unit. Yes, Labrador also canon. Well, Godzilla when they're in Manhattan. See, here's the thing. I don't hate that movie. I know a lot of people who are Godzillans who hate the 1998 Godzilla movie. I don't mind it. should DM you a little, Godzillas. Yes! Send it, Temper! Send them! Yeah, this is not the only Godzilla figure I have. It's just the biggest one that fits best in the background. That is actually Godzilla Final Wars. Because, yes, the Godzilla suit in the Japanese movies basically changed every single movie. There's a few times it didn't, but each different design of Godzilla actually is known by like the movies it was appearing in. Lobsters are the closest thing to immortals besides the microscopic plankton. The only thing that actually kill a lobster is not age, but their shell stuff. Their shell stuff's too much for them. I thought jellyfish were also functionally immortal, where a jellyfish will just like revert back to like the larval state or whatever it's called if it gets too old. Like I think the box jellyfish does that. Yeah, just underwater is terrifying. Like if Australia is the nightmare factory, the ocean is the second nightmare factory. You cannot use an alias command from the alias command. What? Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, that jellyfish. I don't know which one that is. Because we have the guinea pigs, it's very chonka. I want full-on rubber suit of Godzilla, but it was so cumbersome. You need someone to help the string and control the head. So hypothetically, if you give a lobster steroids, you can make it have a 5-foot. That would not happen, Roost. Remember, the shell would not be able to support it. Square cube law is a bitch, but you can't really have a lobster that big. Thankfully, the square cube law is why you don't have giant bugs anymore. Well, I mean, giant bugs was also because of the oxygen content of the atmosphere, and they can't get that big anymore because they can't breathe. So a nice one, atomic blast, creates a mushroom cloud. Blast. Yep. Yeah, I was a fan of this one. That's kind of one of my favorite things about the new Godzilla movies every time. That every Godzilla movie that Japan makes now, they need to basically expand the atomic breath's capabilities beyond just laser beam of destruction. Australia's not bad. Australia's just a nightmare factory. Australia's just terrifying. Like, Australia is where nature creates things that can kill humanity. Like, if... Hey, Evelyn! Thank you very much for that. It's like, if any animal tries to take over the world, it will be from Australia. Like, Australia will evolve the organism that designs to destroy humanity. It is nature's toy box of terror. Abyssal Gigantism is cool. Yeah, it is. That is cool. That's what it is. Oh, a new Godzilla looks like a giant turtle and a gator. A giant Bowser. I mean, that was the Godzilla from all the way back from 2014. That's the... I do like the 2014 Godzilla, the legendary Godzilla's look. I'm a big fan. It looks more dinosaur-like. Like, it doesn't have a freaking... Actually, I have the figure. I actually... Yeah, see, I would put this one in the background, but it's tiny, and it doesn't fit. But yeah, I do like Legendary's Godzilla design. You gotta remember, the reason why Godzilla has, you know, that relatively thin, semi-long-ish neck is because the guy's head needed to be in there. You know, the top of the Godzilla suit head was basically up here. He had to look through the neck. That's kind of why it had the... And Australia has dinosaurs. They take a rare example. That thing is an IRL velociraptor with a punch a hole in the car door. That's terrifying. That is absolutely terrifying. And doing right. I'm doing very, very well. Yeah, cats, that's free. Don't songbirds also win war against China? I think that they did. I think that actually did happen. 2 Bowser for me. I mean, I like it. It looks more like Tyranitar, all things considered. Like, you look at Legendary's Godzilla, and you look at Tyranitar. It's the same picture. It's the same picture. Hey, Fuecoco. I love that name. Legendary Godzilla let me peek perfection Godzilla design. Wish it was possible to tame Gazwares. Gazwares are terrifying. That's horrifying that a creature like that exists. Again, you would never catch me dead going to Australia. That place is a nightmare factory. That is where nature designs things to counter humans. It's like a big blue aggressive bird the size of an emu or an ostrich. So it's a raptor. Thank you, Evie. See, like, we first we started talking about rocks. Now we talk about Godzilla. Now we're talking about bird monsters from Australia that will body humanity. Australia's a massive spider, no things. See, Ash. That is why, to quote George Washington, probably, stay strapped or get clapped. Like, those things are what we like to call target practice. Like, you get a spear or an axe or a force multiplier, and that is the answer to those. Humanity's answer to giant spiders is force multiply. Have you ever heard an alligator purr? No, I have not, Bruce. But I'm kind of curious now. I would actually be interested in that. Also, apparently dinosaurs did kind of sound like alligators. It is believed dinosaurs actually would sound like alligators. Well, spiders are bigger than me. I can't kill that. Ash! Remember, force multiplier is the great equalizer. The force multiplier allows man to fight elephants. You're fine. Just remember, hollow point is for when you want to shatter something's soul. The reason for fishing Garrett, the man who grabs alligators with massive snakes, it doesn't go to Australia. Fishing Garrett. This doesn't go to Australia. Yeah, no, I'm not going to Australia. That place is terrifying. Also, Matt, you're having fun with the Gen 5 sprite animation, bro. I love that sprite animation. Like, just Gen 5 style sprite animation for Roaring Moon is chef's kiss. No shit, dinosaurs are alligators. Well, not really. They evolved from very different things. It's just like throats. Different. When you get a chance, listen to a song Australia's Deadliest Animals by Van der Rose. It will confirm your fears. Oh, I've already had my fears about Australia confirmed, B. I don't need to further confirm them. They're literally Tektites, and those things literally want to light them on fire. See, Ash, that's why. Flamethrowers. Hans, get the flame inventor. Hi, Ash, want to know if a Pokemon is here that he doesn't in Australia. And so Australia and exactly, Australia intrinsically is terrifying. Like, there's a very good reason. Like, the entirety of Australia's population just lives in a ring around the coast. Because we don't know what's in the middle! Like, the band of Australia we are able to live in is already full of nightmare creatures. We don't know what's deeper in there! Like, for all we know, Godzilla could exist in Australia. It wouldn't surprise me. I think Danger Bone is upside down because he's Australian. Okay, but you think Australia's gonna be like, yes, let's give Google a flamethrower. I don't know, maybe if it's for self-defense purposes against the giant spiders, yes. Remember, Australia lost a war to birds. I think they would understand necessary precautions. Never forget the Great Emu War. I'd be scared of a human-sized spider. That makes a noise when it moves around. There's so much else in there. Yes, agree, but why? Australia's literally nothing to lose. They give anyone a flamethrower as long as you can aim at an emu. Exactly, Roost. They still need, like, there is an inbuilt genetic vendetta against emus in Australia. There is an inbuilt vendetta that must be avenged. To be fair, at least one of those inland towns lost to a blue asbestos mine. A tornado on fire. That is a thing. I think I've heard about that, like, flaming tornado before, which is terrifying. It's like, nature, why do you terrify us? Why? Do you want to out-terrify what humanity can do? Because that's how you out-terrify humanity. That's the same thing as messing with Megalodon or a Mosasaurus. We'll never know. Those birds are coming back for round 2, my buddy Birdme told me. Oh wait, what, on the bird AR? Am I thinking Arizona? I mean, Arizona is apparently its own country according to Tenure. And Australia is apparently a US state according to Tenure. So, I mean, I'm no geographer, but the Canadian did say otherwise. Why did you be on Australia? Ash, I think they would give you a medal for doing that. Like the spider hunter. Yeah. You know, Spider-Man really should move down to Australia. They'd probably be okay with that. Because those damn phones. Firestorms can artificially be caused by nuclear bombs and occur naturally when there's a tornado and a wildfire. Yes, tornado and wildfire. Two things I would like to stay as far away from as possible. I don't want to be close when the two of them meet. That's terrifying. You know, that's probably going to be the next Sharknado movie. It's going to be flaming sharks inside of a tornado. Unless they've already done that. I'm happy the nature preserves are not happy with me. Debatable. Possibly. It's like, yeah, Sharknado Infinity flaming shark tornadoes with laser beams attached to their heads. Show was originally established at Penal Colony in English. No, that's an actual thing. That is an actual thing. Same thing actually with some U.S. states. Reminder. Reminder. No matter how downright terrifying spiders are, they're actually in the food chain. As early as was Brazil sterilizing mosquitoes and ending their bloodline. Okay, but see, here's the thing, Roost. Brazil doing that is okay. Because mosquitoes can suck a railroad spike. Like, at the very least, spiders take out bugs. Like, yeah, dragonflies do their job, and dragonflies are a lot cooler. But at least spiders form a necessary task for things. Mosquitoes are nothing but leeching parasites. You know, the only good thing to come out of mosquitoes' existence is the fact we got Buzzswole as a Pokemon. If mosquitoes went extinct tomorrow, no one would cry about it. And if anyone does cry about it, they're faking it. Remember, malaria was the biggest killer of humanity throughout all of history. So yes, mosquitoes have game-ended more of humanity than anything else. Mosquitoes can go suck common blood and fall into a washing machine. Tornadoes plus gases equal fear. Oddish should appear right now. Stop hiding. What is tornadoes already hell enough? I know. Like, whoever thought of the idea? Buzzswole. Okay, but Buzzswole's amusing, though. Buzzswole just likes to flex on things. One time a mosquito landed on my salsa. I scooped out in it anyhow. Basically the predator. I know it's gross. But, I mean, hey, got to assert dominance somehow. Got to assert dominance somehow. I mean, if I remember, in the Godzilla animated series that came out after the 1998 American Godzilla movie, there actually was a giant mosquito that, like, sucked Godzilla's blood and actually gained atomic fire breath. Which is horrifying, but also a really cool idea that I think like it really could have been expanded on. Just remember, the word mosquito uses the suffix "ito" that implies it is a much larger Musquo. Wait, Jared, can you explain that in DMs for me after stream? Also, I forgot to watch the Johnny Bravo thing. Tornado plus oxygen equals fire. Tornado equals oxygen plus fire. Who wants to cook some chicken minus the chicken? Who wants some cooked chicken nuggies minus the chicken? Oh. Chicken nuggies hit different. Chicken nuggies. I'd like some chicken nuggies. We should add a TF2 sandwiches to Pokemon. Sandwich. I have yet to play TF2 at some point. TF2 is a lot like the Half-Life games. Yeah, Half-Life, Portal, Dead Space. All of those are on my list of eventual games to play. I watched Men in Black animated series and Extreme Ghostbusters, but if they came out as animation shows, yeah, I believe. I have not actually seen any of the Men in Black movies, but I want to. I've seen the first two Ghostbusters, the original two Ghostbusters movies. Ito is the Spanish suffix for small. Interesting. See, again, I took French. I didn't take Spanish. I wish I'd taken German. Like, there are maybe only 4 things that I could go back in time and tell myself. If I could go back in time, there's maybe only 4 things I would tell past me to do differently. And one of those would be to actually take German in high school and middle school, not French. Mosquitoes had Kirby abilities, we would all be dead. Yes, there was a Men in Black animated TV show. Yeah, like, I mean, you'd be surprised the number of animated spin-offs that movies got. Like, I am half surprised we didn't get, like, an Alien or Predator animated series. Well, then again, they had comics, so they kind of bleed that way. Which, by the way, apparently there's another Alien and Predator movie. Well, Prey 2 and Alien Romulus. So that's a thing to look forward to, which, as a big fan of the Alien and Predator movies, I look forward to those. I'll limit all bugs and snakes. What? I mean, snakes are cool. Snakes are cool. Oh no, I've never seen the Men in Black trilogy either. I have seen a part of the first Men in Black movie. I've not seen the second one, and I've not seen the third one. At some point, I would like to watch them. Like, I've heard good-ish things. Number 1 for me, stick with us up. Yeah. Limit all bugs. Destroy them. Gosh darn it. Funny. Blarb, I don't want a mosquito to have the power of... No, just destroy all mosquitoes. Just wipe mosquitoes off of existence of the world. Lionheart, you shouldn't be surprised at this. Also, one of the mods go grab Lionheart plays. Yeah, I've not seen Men in Black. Again, the list of things I have not seen is extensive. Like, I've seen the entire Godzilla series. I've seen the entire Lord of the Rings series. I've seen the entire Star Wars series. Aside from the last 2 Star Wars movies, where I will adamantly not watch. Like, I've seen a lot of them, I've also not seen a lot of things. Wait, wasn't Romulus the guy who founded Rome after his brother fell? Romulus fell to Goldley's. No. You kind of got a few of those things a bit backwards, Roost, but half correct. Romulus was the guy that founded Rome after killing his brother and then founded Rome. So, you're about like 50% right. Why? I'll be real, I don't know why. Like, okay, Lionheart, if it makes it any better, I've seen all the Lethal Weapon movies. I have seen the first 3 Die Hard movies, the good Die Hard movies. I've seen all the Alien and Predator movies. I know it doesn't make up for it, but I've seen those. I've at least seen some good movies. I've seen all the Harry Potter movies. I have watched those. We all die of happiness. I've watched all of Lord of the Rings. I like them. Jurassic Park. Which you need to watch Jurassic Park, Ash. You need to see them. When is Hades or when is Hades or I will start Hunter x Hunter tonight. Where the hell did I get the Golden Fleece from? Yes, you did merge the founding of Rome with Jason and the Argonauts. You did. You did. I do love mythology. It's one of my favorite things. I love Lord of the Rings. So please give. Memberships are random. Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. I mean, I enjoy both of them. I couldn't really read either of them. Because I struggle. I don't struggle. Actually, also, Humberto, now that you're here, I can show you something. So I've recently gotten back to starting to write my monster stories. I don't think I've shown you one of my monsters. So I've finally gotten back to writing them, which I'm glad to be back to writing them. Okay, just put that back in there. And that goes there. Rodo, or yeah, Rodan. I don't like Frodo. Frodo's okay. Are Frodo and Sam? No, they're not. They are not. It's people reading into things that are not there. Yes, we fell off a cliff. We would break our legs if not for Rotom. Yeah, the drift on this controller is kind of bad. And Oddish safety looks like a proper hit with a monster. Again, I spent longer on that than I spent drawing. I spent longer drawing that than I spent on like doing homework and classwork for some classes in high school. Like, I'm not proud of it, but the results do indeed speak for them. And that's one of maybe like 40 drawings. Yeah, this controller drifts. Like, I think this controller just, it fell. Yeah, see, look. The controller does this all the time. It's a natural state of the controller. You fell off a cliff when you're on the phone. Get in a good roll then. Ash, I'm cheap. This is one thing you guys have not learned about me. I'm cheap. Like, there's a reason I do the Bing searches where I earn points and I use those points to buy gift cards for things. I am cheap. Nimona would have a new rival. If you fell off a cliff without your Rotom phone. Oh no, Nimona needs to find a new rival. What a shame. Honestly, I do actually like Nimona. That's the cute. Yeah. I mean, it's like, hey, if the internet's gonna use my information to market ads at me, I might as well get some stuff to buy myself some things out of it. I'm also cheap because I grow fun. You are literally friends with somebody game over play. Well, yes, but see, here's the thing: the only gift cards I can get are for Target with the Bing points. They don't have the GameStop gift cards anymore. Which, yes, they did actually have GameStop gift cards, and then they stopped doing those. Which, there's a fun story about that. Years and years and years and years ago, back when I played Zombies and Transformers Fall of Cybertron Escalation, my brother and I basically funded our ability to play online with those gift cards to buy things like PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live. And one time, we bought a 1-month subscription of like Xbox Live, and instead of getting a singular month of Xbox Live, we got 1 year of Xbox. They messed up the order in the best way possible. And we were just left like, oh, we got 1 year of just free online. We had 11 months of free online because they messed up. And just give me the Target gift card to me. Oh, that works idea. Hope things get better, Lobster. I'm gonna go cook dinner and be thankful there ain't any Australian with animals looking outside. They won't have the only good rivals. They won't have fun. I'm not the biggest fan of Hop. Cause I'm a big fan of How as a character, and I get a bit of a feeling like Hop is very similar to How in a lot of ways, but like without some of How's other qualities. Like, I mean, nothing wrong with liking How. I liking Hop. I am not as big. To be fair, I don't know if it's a good deal, but that Game Exchange, $90 for 3DS XL with some Pikachu thing and good. That's highway robbery right there, Roost. $90 for a 3DS XL? That is freaking highway robbery right there. Did you know Thanos didn't know the color of his blood until he fought Iron Man because he used Reality Stone? His blood was purple, not red. No, wait, really? Really? I did not know that. Hello there, General Kenobi. You're a bold one. Christian and Kurt and Sly are... Who's Kurt? Are playing Lethal Company. And they're all about as smart as throwing lava on yourself to cauterize a wound. Oh boy. Cup was annoying to me, but that might have been Beatty by the way. I also like Beatty. Like, the thing is, for me, there's two kinds of rivals that I like. I like the rivals like How, where they're there just like they want to have fun, you know. Losing doesn't really bother them because, you know, they have a very specific. Sure, they want to, you know, they like battling, but, you know, they're not. I'm gonna be the greatest ever. It's like, you know, no, you can't win everything, and they're nice, they're respectful. And then there's the rivals I like Beatty, where Beatty is an arrogant. He's an arrogant POS for like the entire game, and then you beat him at the end and is like, yeah, you beat me. Like, I'm not that good. Like, you routinely beat me, and it's like they acknowledge you are better. Like, that is one of my favorite things in rivals, where like rivals who are absolute dickheads just acknowledge, like, yeah, at the end you beat me. That's why I hate Blue. Like, Blue never does that. He never acknowledges that you kicked his ass over and over and over again, and that you are better than him. He's like, yeah, smell you later. Yeah. It's like, no, I want to punch your teeth out, Blue. I will make Professor Oak pay for new dental work on you. Come over here. Honestly, I don't count him, but some do. But Arvin, I mean, Arvin is a rival technically. By definition, Arvin is a rival, but I do like Arvin. Realistically, I feel the entire story of Scarlet Violet is more Arvin's story than even ours. Which, Arvin is basketball. He deserves all of that. But he is cool, yeah. Where do you have a challenge? What do you mean? What do you mean, Evelyn? B likes the player. B likes the player. He just doesn't want to say it. So he very I believe the term is tsundere. The blue slander is completely justified, and I hate him. I mean, it's just like... That's a general character thing for me. Is a character that does not acknowledge their own defeats. I feel it's a very unappealing character trait, like, in fictional characters, because it's infuriating. And, like, in games especially, like, we have beaten you routinely throughout this entire story. We have earned that we are better than you, and you don't give us that! Very tsundere. Alice was the most adorable one. Do we even know what Alice sort of looks like under the mask? I think Alice always wears the mask. No one cared who I was until I put on the mask. That's what Alice is before. Guys, tsundere is only for romance. I don't know what those terms mean, Jade, alright? I've just heard of them online, and I pick them up through pop culture osmosis. I just say words. I don't know what they mean. We have Onion. My friend is stuck on it. Bad day now. Oh, you're right. His name in Japanese is Onion. I forgot about that. I'm always sad fighting Arven at the same time. I do not hold back as side characters. I'll be the type of character who is the battle. Well, the thing is, I think in character, Arven would not you to hold back. Like, I feel Arven would be genuinely disappointed if you held back. So, not holding back, I think, is honestly the best thing you can do. Because remember, it is Mabostiff that encourages him to fight you. Ah. Again, Jade, I don't speak Japanese, that's why. Gladion, Wally, Barry, Arven, Silver, and... I mean, Wally is Precious Must Protect. Like, Wally is very good being. The thing is, it's actually one of the reasons I don't like, Sharon from Unova. Like, I am a very big fan of the Unova games, but one weakness I will say of them is I don't like Sharon's character arc. Because he doesn't really have a character arc. His character arc is, I want to become the strongest trainer because the strongest trainer is the one that wins the most. And it's like, he doesn't really leave that. Which is why, like, Bianca has a full character arc. I like that. That's a really, really good arc to go with her. Wally had asthma. They never explain what Wally has, but it is implied to be something like asthma, yes. Because he has, like, breathing problems, and it is mentioned that, like, him being out in the fresh air did help. So, it's never specified, but it is very strongly implied. Like, it's something of that general variety is what Wally does have. What rivals are horrible and I hate them all. I mean, Shauna isn't bad, it's just Shauna's there with a bunch of Garbo rivals. Yeah. Like Sharon in Black and White 2, I like, because he's a gym leader then. He kind of like, it feels like Sharon kind of chilled out in the 2 years since Black and White to Black 2, White 2, but, I mean, him initially in Black and White is like, I don't know, I don't like the motivation. You know, they could have done more with his character. Read my Arven blasphemy, you coward. Let's see. And hold back I don't. Final Arven fight, I said, run them hands, pretty boy. And let me send you to Professor Turo. Oh! That's so mean! Like, that's so mean. Arvin's hair looks very fluffy. I agree, his hair is very fluffy. Very floof. We hate Serena because of the sleep block. Oh yes, correct. We do hate Serena because of the sleep block. Serena causes our Gastrodon. Serena tried to sabotage the sleep block. She was supposed to be our ally in that battle, and she used Explosion, and it caused us to lose our Gastrodon. Not only did she sabotage the run and killing one of our team members, it was our Gastrodon. You do not hurt the Gastrodon. That scream is good. That's a typically mean. Very tragically mean. I mean, that's just Roost. I think it's adorable and the way he's rather heavily. I do like our Gladion. When we get the shinies, when we finish the shiny hunt, we will be forming union circles. But if you want to form union circles with people in the chat, you can. As well as after stream, I will be continuing to host union circles, which we will be continuing them. So yes, there will be them. After we finish the oddest shiny hunt. Because again, I have a vendetta against shiny oddish. I actually get anxiety scared. I want to trade the best trade. I am actually becoming alive. I'm scared. I want to do the best trade. Don't worry. Don't worry. We will do the Feebas trade. But I still need my shiny. You're gonna be nervous. I prefer DLC 1, Kieran. I have Roost and I right now are hunting Oddish. I've talked this at length with Roost, but there are some things about DLC 2. Well, not DLC 2. There are some things about the conclusion of the epilogue that I think did kind of hurt Kieran a little bit for me. Because, like, had the end of epilogue actually been Invasion of the Bodyjackers like I was expecting, I think Kieran would be a lot higher on my list of, like, favorite rivals. Because that would have been an excuse for him kind of being a dickhead to everyone. But, you know, as it turns out, there was no outside manipulation. There was no outside mind-corrupt influence. Kieran being a dick to people was all him. And as someone who, like, the most important thing to me are my friends and are the people I regard as family, the way he kind of treated them does hurt him for me. Where it's like, I've gotten very tunnel visioned on, like, competitive Pokemon stuff before. Like, I have to win. You know, it is something I actually have lived through. But the line of compromising your own morals and compromising your integrity as a person just to get better, I think, is a line too far for me. They were happy to influence anything. It's just the personality shift is just, it's so drastic. It's so sudden. His hair being up is important for his character. I'm curious about that. We didn't need to have a very long discussion, either of us. Change our opinion. Yes. Yeah, the theory might like match with some of the area. The aura is going up as first. Could have been the end of the run. Well, 3 daily intermittent bugs were knocked out. Possibly. But it's also, Petron was only able to control people if they ate the mochi, though. Petron doesn't have any psychic influencing abilities, which is kind of the only thing that, like, pokes holes in that. as well as the aura that gave off when he punched the pole on Loyalty Plaza, that was because of the teal mask. The teal mask is stated to have, like, the properties of, like, rejuvenation and the power of life. So, when he held the teal mask, punched the beam of the shrine, and then, you know, the dead loyal 3, or the lousy 3, were underneath the thing, it, like, transferred the life power into that thing and revived them. Because Pecharunt would not have been able to revive the 3. Only the teal mask was able to do that. Sadist, J-Mask, and the inflicted pain on yourself. I'll let some sadism crap. The reason why his hair is up is because it focuses on battling and drastically increases when his... Imagine not being both a mask and a sadist person. But what is up with the hair? The reason his hair is up is because his focus in battling drastically increases when his hair isn't up all the way. So his power is tied directly to his hair. I can vibe with that. Yes. Why does it always have to be a chatbot? That's just a timer that goes off automatically. Wait, go. That is an automated thing that just, it says stuff. Because this is what bots do. It is indeed a bot. The bot does the bot things. He's also like a young teen extremely hurt. I know people understand the lad hurt much. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's one thing to, you know, be hurt by something, but then it's another thing to, like, go out and, like, actively be a jerk to your friends. You know, it's like, again, it's, for me, you know, my friends and the people I consider family are, like, the number one important thing to me, and it doesn't feel Kieran goes and makes amends with them. Now, maybe there is more to the DLC that I haven't seen yet, because I still haven't actually caught Pecharunt, because I'm resetting for IVs. And, you know, maybe there is, like, more dialogue where he does go to the other people and, like, apologizes for how he was, which, if that's the case, I would like that. Like, that would, like, redeem the character more. But it's... They kind of, like, never really address him making amends for what he did. Which for me, I don't know. I mean, I'm a very character person. Like, I really do like character interactions. One of my favorite things about series. And there's a trope. Yeah, you are officially disfigured. There would be a red flag. Yes. When does he apologize? Is that, like, any dialogue about that after the thing? Well, I mean, like, going up to the BB League and is like, you know, apologize for how he acted. Not, like, saying, like, basically, like, going up to those characters and, like, having an interaction between the two take place on screen. Not, yeah, we made up with them. It's, like, not like an off-screen hand wavy thing, like an actual, like, physical interaction you can see. Honestly, didn't really like, it's not necessarily weak pushover Kieran, it was respectful Kieran. You know, he was very compassionate. Now, he did, to a degree, simp over Ogerpon unhealthy, which, that, I don't, like, the reason why Ogerpon didn't go with Kieran was that Kieran did, to a degree, slightly come off entitled, whereas, like, oh, Ogerpon, we were both the outcast, we should be friends. It's like, that's not the reason why Ogerpon sticks with us. Actors one pick. Yeah, like, Kieran is a good person, initially, which is why I like him. I know he was a dick in the Indigo disc, but I prefer douchey rivals that make me want to pummel him in the face. See, for me, it's in the end when the rivals, like, accept that you beat them. I like when they're the dickheads then. That's why I don't like Blue. But, like, I liked Kieran in the first part because he was respectful. You know, he was compassionate. an outcast. Yeah, no, but he feels that way. He feels like he's an outcast, mostly because of Carmine. Hey man, remember that Splatoon title I think? Yes! I do remember that title you sent yesterday, and I'm assuming you got access to it based on your response here. Can't hear him like that. He goes back being that way, don't worry. Also, a refund thing. I think people really make it a bit gross when it's not the case. Yeah, I know. He's not. He was like... Yeah, people take it way too far, but it's like he did have a bit of an unhealthy obsession with Ogerpon in the sense of I will finally have a friend, which his heart was in the right place, but there were several issues with it. No, we are not saying what the Splatoon title is. In Mudkip, you are not to say what it was. I think anyone would figure out that this is nuts. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because, like, for me, the one thing that would help bring Kieran back is, like, if there's an interaction between him and the other BB League where it's, like, apologies for what happened. Like, I would like, just a simple, like, one little dialogue box. Like, that would be great. Kieran just needed an honest-to-God starter. Starter, yeah, he had an unrealistic expectation of Mewtwo. Yeah. That was the problem. Is that he had... It's hard to, like, explain, but, like, it makes sense. They don't have $5. No! No, Mudkip! There is no amount of money that I will allow you to put to say that. Just checked. I hit 80. That's good. Nice. Yeah, it's like I do like what they did with Kieran. I think having a an acronym would be good. I did like that. You know about the video before I will talk about. Okay. Okay, good. I like that. That's good. Okay. Kieran is redeemed. Honestly, I can say this. There's really no rival in Scarlet Violet I don't like. Because, like, I know most people don't like Nimona, and I get why most people don't like Nimona. Personally, the interaction I can understand. You know, as someone who has gotten that way about, like, battling other people, I can vibe with that. Penny is probably the funniest of the three of the initial rivals. And Arven is, I mean, must protect Arven. Arven is good friend, must protect. I like Carmine. You know, Carmine amuses me. And Kieran, I like Kieran. I think Kieran might be autistic. He does have love last time. I mean, that could make sense. He does seem also, like, emotionally repressed. So. Yeah, like, I like Nimona. I get why people don't like her, but I, for one, do like Nimona's characterization. I do like it. He was bold himself, he just liked her the least. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, not everyone's gonna like all the rivals, and I definitely get why people don't like them. I did see the Penny plot twist coming a mile away, but like, you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I know she was bullied, but I enjoyed it at least. Yeah. I think for me, I can relate to all three of the initial rivals in a very personal way. Because, like, I have literally experienced each of those three walks personally, so, like, I can relate with all of them, and I do like that. But I also, like, yeah, not everyone's gonna vibe the same way. I think it's adorable. Yeah, the thing is, I'm not a fan of Eevee, but I do like Penny's character. You know, Penny as a character slightly redeems Eevee for me. Ever so slightly. I'm suspended with the director. I mean, even before, like, we knew the story of everything, I was like, I'm expecting her to be the big boss at the end, just because, you know, Arven's the main character. Hey, thank you very much for the subscribe, Pokefan. Because, like, you've got... Arven's obviously the main focus of the Titan storyline. Then Nemona's obviously the one for the gyms. And then just by simple process of elimination, that leaves, obviously, Penny's gonna be, like, the thing when it comes to the Starfall thing. So, obviously, she's got something. I honestly thought it was gonna be she was Mila's younger sister. I thought was what was gonna happen. Have a good night, Pixel. This is scrolling through Reddit. Give me a good idea what the push title could be. Yeah, Penny is indeed a nerd. I like how Penny at the end, like, yeah, I kind of hacked into the League computer to get all those League points. Like, Penny is the classic humor character, and I like her for that reason. She has the most deliberately comedic focus. Arven's dog going by the alien rubble. Yeah, I mean, Arven's story is, like, the most gutting. Like, I will still say Scarlet Violet feels like it is Arven's story more than it feels like it is our story. From Pope Lotto, I gotta be bold. Nice! Yeah, I've gotten so many Beast Balls from that as well. I think I've got... How many Master Balls have I gotten? I'm curious. It's gotta be, like, at least 11 at this point. Oh, yeah. 11 Master Balls. I used one of my Master Balls. What did you do, Mudkip? What did you do? What did you do? So, because something unexpected happened. Are no longer my favorite Pokemon of all time. It's Emerald after taking a long time, but really? Interesting. And you have the Emerald. Job offer out of it? Yeah, she did get a job offer out of it. I mean, the thing is, she was honest at least. Like, yeah, I kind of hacked into the League computer to get that thing. I like that. It isn't real as long as you don't do that wrong. You go. Yeah. Yeah, I like those guys. No, we're talking about the rivals. Oh, these are all the others. Really? Do you not like any of the Gen 3 star and Gen 4 stars? So the Splatfest results came out. Yeah, you can get infinite ballsy. Yep, Carrie Young, you indeed can. Promise you won't be mad at me. Solo won, didn't it, Mudkip? Did we get 0 points again? I feel Roaring Moon is fluffy. I feel like it is. How badly did we lose? How bad were the results, Mudkip? Really? You know, hating Superior, not the one I expected. That's generally the one people like most. I'm a big fan of Samurott, though. Interesting. Did not expect that. I would not have expected that. It may or may not have been a big man sweep. Mudkip. I'm going to mute the microphone. I got that out of my system. Hello there, Sharkbite. How are you doing? Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Hello, Cloudy. But I like Emboar. It's interesting. It's very interesting seeing someone else who actually likes Emboar. Hello, Caleb. How are you doing? Hope you're doing very, very well tonight. Look at 20 minutes left on the sandwich. There's 75 days on Roblox. I've never played Roblox. It's cloudy. It's cloudy. There's an issue. Smeargle doesn't really work that well for shiny hunting. It's too low stats to be able to really reliably do damage against Pokemon, and it's too frail to really stand up to the Pokemon here. Because the Pokemon here are level 70s. Especially the higher stat ones just eat straight through Smeargle. I'm gonna meet in the microphone. Yeah, exactly. Shark bite. Who? That's Finding Nemo, right, Roost? I'm gonna go hide with Kurt for protection from this crazy man. Wait, isn't Kurt Sly's cousin? Roblox is enjoyable if you're inexperienced like you. I mean, I don't play things like Minecraft, so... And I think Roblox is like Minecraft. Not the same thing, but like similar, sort of? Ish, maybe? I guess? Generally, I prefer Pokemon that are stronger, hence why none of my favorite Pokemon are NFE. I guess except Venerian, but I have a reason. No, I've seen Finding Nemo. I just couldn't remember if that was a line in Finding Nemo, because it sounds familiar from Finding Nemo, but I saw that movie long ago. I couldn't be sure if I was trusting my memory entirely on that. Again, Roost, I have seen some movies. I know what it is. I don't dupe items. I do not believe in using glitches. Base themes off of shark bites in your Splatoon song. Theme based off of shark bites, as in the Splatoon song. Ah! Okay, good, I'll go to scream at you. I've seen Finding Nemo, and just to prove it, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I've seen... Yeah, well, it was like a 42 something Wallaby Way or something like that. Which, the fact that fish can read English in that movie is... I have several questions. I have a long list of questions. Also, fun fact. The reason why the shark in Finding Nemo's name is Bruce, that was the name of the animatronic shark in Jaws. I know things with the Pokemon. Yeah, I don't dupe items. I don't use glitches. You can also create your own games with others to play. The main focus is playing other people's games. Sure, fight some Splatoon. Disney Pixar stuff off. Yeah, I've seen Pixar movies. I know I've seen the first 3 Toy Story movies. I have seen The Incredibles. I've seen Ratatouille. I've seen that. I know I've seen that movie. Actually, you know what, Roost? Let's play a game. Start listing off, like, those Disney and Pixar movies, and I will tell you if I have seen them or not. Let's play a game. It's Escape. It's sort of like Escape. Ah, yes. Just remember, everyone, the dominant male clownfish will turn into a female clownfish when there are no females around. Just remember that. Just remember that. I've not seen The Lion King. Roost has made that abundantly clear. I've never seen it. Nice, Drew Blackwell. Nice. I'm gonna play a game. It's called Stardew Valley. Your game sounds boring. Alright, enjoy your Stardew Valley addiction, Roost. Have a good night. Someone tell me an episode where Ash fans perform bad as is. I see everything, Cloudy. I'm like Sauron. I see all. It took 1.5 days, the first 3 is what it was. That's it by licking. Oh my god. Oh yeah, Ash does get... I mean, doesn't, like, Pikachu electrocute him in, like, the first 10 minutes? Oh wait, Echo is telling me something funny. Apparently Hisuian Typhlosion's model is slightly messed up, or it looks like it's messed up, and it looks hilarious. I must see what Echo has to say. Echo is an endless source of knowledge and hilarity. One problem. I can't get into my YouTube. Oh no. That is problematic indeed. That is a slight problematic. Typhlosion's model is messing up Pokemon Go, and it looks dumb as fuck. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, it's not in Skull Valley, it's just Go, which makes sense. It's Go. Matter, why don't you give me information on healthy addiction? Because it is an unhealthy addiction, Cloudy. We do not feed unhealthy addictions here. We help break unhealthy addictions. We do it because we care, Cloudy. Classics. Correct, I've never seen the Disney classics. Roost has been making an effort to fix that. I will be watching several of them. Eventually. It isn't a healthy addiction, Cloudy. You're in denial. Admitting you have a problem is the first step. It's okay, Cloudy. We're all here. You're among friends. You don't need to worry. You're among friends. Hey, okay, we're closing in on 3K. We are 10 subs away from 3K. Put the word out, ladies and gentlemen. We are so close to 3K. I will not watch Toy Story 4 on principle. That is one I will deliberately not watch. Mudkip. What happened? What happened, Mudkip? The thing is, I can go boot up Splatoon at any time. And I can check what the results were. I can go and I can check the results on Splatoon anytime. Japan took a different question than we, so I don't. You didn't. So blame the Canadians. You know what? I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Have you seen Wreck-It Ralph? I have not seen Wreck-It Ralph. Because I was not a fan. I think that they should have just ended Toy Story after the second one and not made a third. It was unnecessary to add a third Toy Story and then as such a fourth one because the story concluded itself so nicely with the end of the second one. It's not necessarily it's a movie that doesn't need a sequel, but it's a movie that it had its happy ending. And there were some decisions of things that happened in the third movie, some symbolism and some allusions to things that I don't know, kind of made me a little uncomfortable about the third one. Anyway, just on my main laptop time. Got a Dell installation. I have no idea what any of that means. I'm gonna name everything that makes me an healthy addiction healthy. One, it is an addiction. Addictions are intrinsically unhealthy, but also you enjoy seeing characters fainting. You enjoy seeing characters in pain. That's not a healthy state of things, Cloudy. It's not good to actively seek people. I can play Planet Zoo on one. I have no idea what any of that means. What the freak is a Planet Zoo? I have a long list of questions, and I'm not sure if I want them answered. Honestly, the one thing that makes this Oddest Shiny Hunt tolerable is I get the Drift Veil remix. I love the Drift Veil music, so I can tolerate it. It's very healthy. Fictional. I disagree! Fictional addictions can still be unhealthy! I firmly disagree! A very realistic game. Never heard of it. Planet Zoo is a game where you run. So it's basically like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but with a zoo, I guess. Anyways, Max, did you watch the 2.5 hours of garlic bread going into space? I did not watch the 2.5 hours of garlic bread going into space, but I will be honest. I'm very curious about that. I can we check it out? I'm not sure I follow. At some point we gotta live in shiny decks, the stuff out of things. Gotta still just spawn in. Zoo Tycoon! Right, I forgot that there was a Zoo Tycoon. Was there like an expansion on Zoo Tycoon where you could get dinosaurs? I feel like that was a thing. Maybe not. Maybe not. I think it's mainly important to know real people will be harmed. But if these are urges you have, I forget. Yeah. Yes, I would recommend consulting with a therapist. That may be a good outlet for things. Always therapy. Always therapy. You have 7 minutes left. I can act my about that. Wait, what? About what, Jade? Disney Pixar in the 90s is a very unmatched animation. It's the only point I know people. Imagine Zoo Tycoon, but like 10,000 times better. Interesting. I wonder if people who use. But I wonder if she's crazier than me. I mean, there's always someone crazier. There's always someone crazier. Which is not good. That's not good. So that's terrifying. Vaguely, slightly terrifying. Vaguely, slightly terrifying. I have an addiction to matter something. Well, see, the thing is, at the very least, you support the channel, Mudkip. Like, you are a channel member, and you also help me mess with Sly Guy. So, you at the very least are you're an equal opportunity asshole to people. About the winner because I am. Ah. Correct, Roost. Roost is also correct, and also remember, Roost can enforce mod powers. You can only be crazy about the crazy person. No. I have unlimited beast bottle. I like the beast ball. So, Jade, Mudkip hasn't told me what the results were. Can you please tell me what the Splatfest results were? So I know exactly how angry to be. Because I told Mudkip we should have gone team solo. We don't talk about the vanning again. Who cares? So Meta doesn't suffer for too long. I start getting withdrawal symptoms. Also, I'll start watching Hunter x Hunter later tonight, Mudkip. You said subbed, right? For Hunter x Hunter? Or do you say dubbed? Because I don't really remember which one of them was mentioned or specified. Yeah, Cloudy. I told you big movie. You didn't tell me the points breakdown, Mudkip. For all I know, Big Man Sweep just means Big Man won. Not Big Man won everything. There's a big difference. Okay. Yeah, we don't do item dupe. We don't do any sort of duping or genning here. I've been playing Persona 4 Golden recently. What's that making people happy? What's up? Aw, that's a thank you. That's a thank you, Temper. Everyone love the Temper Tenchi. Everybody give love to everything. Yeah. The sweet means they got everything done. Mudkip, we've explained before. You can't fake this genuine dumbassery. You can't fake it. It's how you know it is genuine. Alright? We've been over this many times. You know I can't fake this. Hey, Rabbit. Do right back and get laptop 2. Laptop 2, Electric Boogaloo. Does that technically make Miraidon a laptop dragon? Because it's Electric Dragon. In the Discord team, man. What do you think? They are not dogs. They are not dogs. The person that created the legendary beasts said they were cats. They are not dogs. They are cats. I believe I actually have on either my laptop or my PC a screenshot of the translated Twitter post he made that actually is like the file name is catsnotdogs.jpg. Of course you can fake it because it is YouTube. Trust me, I'm bad at faking things. You have no idea how bad I am at faking things. What is AI Puppy Lizard? I mean, it's literally Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. It's a Terminator version of Toothless the Dragon from How to Train Your Dragon, and you cannot convince me otherwise. You cannot convince me that that is not the case. They are dogs. They are not dogs. They are cats. Chicken flavored noodles and beef flavored noodles are the best. See, now you're starting to make me hungry. But yeah, you should watch Hunter X Tale. They're both good. Okay. I'll probably watch subbed. I'll probably do subbed. Mostly because of some things I've been hearing about about just like dubbing and like just translations in general. That yeah, I'm not gonna be doing not gonna support localizations. Not gonna say the specifics, but let's just say if you want accurate translations of anime things, apparently some English VAs say you're a bunch of not good things. Not gonna go. So, don't do that, True Blue. Alt accounts will get purged. Is that a random thought? I mean, the second Xenoblade Chronicles does kind of have an anime aesthetic to it. But I mean, a Xenoblade Chronicles anime, I feel would go pretty hard. I would watch that. That would be an amazing anime. It's at 2 a.m. right now. It's good. I watch the dub at first because that's what I prefer. I do first watches. That would be. I mean, I would pay all the money to see the Xenoblade Chronicles anime. I'd like that. So I do like Xenoblade Chronicles. I think it's a good game. Okay, this is, I think, in total sandwich number 5 for the Oddish family with no shinies. I think my shiny charm is broken. I think my shiny charm is bonked. I think my shiny charm is bonked. But yeah, no. alt accounts get purged. Like, they have a thing where it goes based on the activity of the channel, where it, not the activity of the account, where if it's something just not active, it will get purged. It's so people can't basically just mass produce like a bunch of different accounts and stuff on that. You know what I would love to see? A Fossil Fighters anime. We have the manga. Give us an anime. I know we won't, and it's a false hope. Sadly, that is the truth. Like, I mean, I'd love that. The reason why is they get purged. And whenever an account gets purged, it hurts the channel because YouTube reads it as, oh, someone is creating alts to increase the channel, and it penalizes you. Because it counts it as people who unsub. It very much hurts the channel. It's not good to do that. That's one of the reasons why, like, that's why, again, it's the only thing is, like, having them watch consistently, but, again, not a good thing to do that. Again, it hurts the channel because the purges, it will eventually catch up. The purges will eventually catch up with it. And let's get the peppers. So, this would be, I think, sandwich number 6 of the thing. What would be harder? Is Legend of Zelda anime or is it fun? I feel like a Legend of Zelda anime would not be too hard. A Xenoblade as an anime, I think, would be significantly harder to do. Because Xenoblade is more open world. Like, now, granted, it would depend on what Zelda game, like, what Zelda storyline the anime would be. But, like, Breath of the Wild as an anime, I think that would be hard. But if it's, like, say, like Twilight Princess or Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, I think that could work as an anime. You got enough characters. It's not just Link on his own lonesome trekking around doing tricky things. Hop, let's see. Isn't McDonald's out here? Hop, I think we should tell about insert Giratina showing up. Like, no one knows, but I guess the developer of Discord and Random Animations, I guess, really care about Fossil Fighters. I mean, I think Jaden Animation probably cares a lot about Fossil Fighters because it was probably a thing that did extremely, extremely well on her channel. So it probably does well for views, which Fossil Fighters stuff does extremely well. Like, when we did our Fossil Fighters Champions Let's Play, that was our, to date, Fossil Fighters Champions is our best doing series in terms of, like, channel expansion. You know, nothing has ever come close to how good Fossil Fighters Champions was for the channel. Which is one of the reasons why I'm probably going to be doing another Fossil Fighters Champions Let's Play series eventually. I love that game. I feel like Legend of Zelda did an anime, and they would make an entirely new story. I mean, that could work. But again, you need to keep Link silent. You know, it would be interesting. Well, I mean, it does very well, because, like, people do really like Fossil Fighters. You know, it has a very dedicated community. One of the best things, like, it's a cult classic. YouTube doesn't know about the count of it by not giving names. Alright, that's true, bro. But yeah, no, it's like, there's a very dedicated community for Fossil Fighters. And the main, I mean, also the problem with Fossil Fighters thing is the company kind of imploded. So, well, not imploded. The two companies that owned Fossil Fighters split. So, they don't fully own the rights. That's the reason why Fossil Fighters Frontiers had to be very, very heavily different. Was the two companies did break apart, and copyright limbo exists. So that's a problem. Picking mystery gifts every day because I missed out on the Darkrai. Oh, I missed out on the Darkrai as well, Cloudy. The manga, Link Talks. Really? I don't know that. Get the remake. If we get Dodo remakes, I want to see some mystery gift. You know, we got a video on that in the future, Cloudy. We have a video talking about that. Also, another video in the works. An entire mass debunking of the Unova copycat bullshit. So, like, there's In anticipation of eventual Unova remakes, I'm basically going to make an entire video about, yeah, no, if anyone says Unova is a copy of, like, Gen 1, you're bullshitting, and you're coping. And if you're gonna say, oh, this thing's a copycat, you're saying then Garchomp's a copy of Flygon. You're saying Salamence is a Dragonite copy. You're saying all these Pokemon, you're saying Gardevoir is a copy of Alakazam. Like, if you're saying Unova's a copy of Gen 1, you're saying all these things are copies just the same. Like, if you say, you know, oh, Alomomola should have been an evolution of Luvdis, because they're the similar shaped things, then that means Greninja's a copy of frickin' Poliwrath, because they're combat frogs. That is how absurd the copycat claims are. Because they're coping. Because calling something a copycat is the biggest way of just insulting it with zero proof. It is an insult that is levied when there is no actual basis. Exactly, Blorb. Like, if you're gonna say things that look vaguely similar are copies, that means Milotic's a copy of Gyarados. That means that, what's its name? Dragalge is a copy of Seadra. Like, if they're gonna say that, like, that is textbook copium right there. Yes, exactly. It is entirely bait and without anything. It is without grounds. No, the copy Gen 1 copy, I'll watch it and evolution published. Like, it is absolute cope. We saw us made a video of these Tylers of coincidence. Yes. Hello, Cam Cosmic. Welcome back. Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. But also in that, we've also got the video on Cynthia coming. You know, basically the hardest champion and why they were the hardest champion. As well as another video actually on the DLCs and like what it means for the future of the Pokemon games. We got a bunch of different... Like, now that I finally have the hard drive space, I got 2 terabytes worth of hard drive space, I can finally record edit projects again. I can actually start making videos for, like, the first time in a month. Like, the last time we made videos was before the Indigo disc came out. There isn't a spiky-eared Pichu in Johto or Mesa, right? I mean, I would not expect that to happen. The spiky-eared Pichu was exclusively for the Arceus movie. It was a tie-in to a movie that released. I don't think that they would do that again when it's like a decade, like, I said, like 2 decades removed at this point. Well, see, here's the thing, Jay. We are going to be doing a full total analysis, Jays. So, I cannot confirm nor deny anything of anything. So, you're gonna need to see the results when the thing comes in the thing. After all, I couldn't say what the actual video content is before the video is finished making. How would you guys watch the video then? You wouldn't watch the video if you know the results. Was the largest frog, same size as a Yorkie. What are the chances? I mean, the Sinjo ruins probably would be included. And they'd probably include that just as another reference to Legends Abacus. Or like, oh, they'd call it Llama Apocalypse. Because I refuse to call Legends Arceus by its actual name. Oh, dang, I just said the right thing. Very like, just it would be crystal to go through their web. No, if they do a remake, they would do a remake of Heart Gold. They would do a remake of Gold Silver. They've never done a remake of the 3rd version. Because remember, when they remade Gen 1, they did a remake of Fire Red and Leaf. They did Fire Red, Leaf Green. When they did, I mean, Let's Go was Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, which is a remake of Yellow. But there never was, like, a third special version of Kanto. So that's kind of a weird one. When they did Heart Gold, Soul Silver, they did Gold Silver with elements of Crystal. Oras, Ruby Sapphire was a remake, not Emerald, with elements of Emerald. BDSP was Diamond Pearl. They've never remade the third special version, and that just comes down to sales. Yeah, but Yellow is not the same for the Gen 1 games as something like Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald are. Not Crystal. Yellow is a very different game, but it's not a different game in the same way something like Crystal, Emerald, and Platinum were. Because remember, in Yellow, you don't get a starter of the regular 3 Kanto ones. You get a Pikachu. You can get the other 3 starters, but it's not a third version in the same way. Yellow is its own anomaly. Speaking of Gen 5, while I used to jokingly hate Gen 5, but due to toxic people IRL, I sometimes hate Gen 5. Really? You want to talk about that, Mudkip? Favorite legendary finds Pokemon, the Reggies, and Gen 3. I like the Reggies. I still think one of the best legendary Pokemon battle music is the Reggie Trio's battle music from the original Hoenn games. I do love the Reggie's battle theme. And actually, but yeah, I do know that Red and Blue, third version of Japan being blue. Well, not exactly. Originally, it was Red and Green that were released. And then they released Blue, but Blue was an updated version of Red and Green because the original Red and Green were so buggy. It was basically a post-patch hotfix. A lot like how, these days you have live updates that fix a lot of bugs in-game. They couldn't hotfix the Gen 1 games that were just cartridges. They released Blue. Hey, thank you very much, Angelo Portal, for the subscribe. They released Blue, which was a version of Red and Green that had a lot of the bugs fixed to make the games more playable. And then, when sold on the world stage, Blue and Red were sold, but Red, the international version of Red, was built off the updated version that was Blue version. It's very complicated the way that one works. There was a Raikou event in Gen 2. What was the Raikou event? Yeah, the original release timeline for things was very, very strange. Like Gen 1 is like an anomaly because of the way in which the game's operated. And, I mean, that you can chalk up to growing pains. Like, just remember, back in Gen 2, you get both Ho-Oh and Lugia in Gold and Silver. Good night, Cloudy. Like, you didn't need to get the other version to get all the legendaries. I missed that. To a degree. The only annoying part about the Pokemon 1 is you have to spam Purge and not die immediately. I mean, depends on who you're using. If you're using Aether users, Soul Read doesn't really bother you. Unless you're talking about the spikes, which, yeah, if you're doing it against spikes, big time, Purge is annoying for that. But doesn't Purge only require, like, 75% of the Monado gauge? Not full? 100%? I like your Pokemon and Stadium. In a nutshell, they were lying and also gaslit me and my friends for 3 years. They're Gen Extreme, where they couldn't understand why people have other opinions. Ah. So what you are saying is, they were a person who deserves a swift kick delivered squarely to the testicles. Also, disciple. Yeah! Yeah, that's one character I wish I could give an extreme headshot with insane precision with. I'm doing Blastoise? A War Turtle? Blackboy? Blackboy? Turtle? Turtle? Although John want Blastoise, Lugia, Groudon, Dialga, Zekrom, Yveltal, Lunala, Zacian, Koraidon, and yes, I picked Violet. Oh, you're the other things. Okay, that was bad. That yeah, but what do? Yep. Yeah, releases internationally are weird. Releases internationally are very weird for games. But yeah, that's one of the reasons like Gen 1 is very anomaly. We are 7 away from 3K subs. We are closing the distance. We are slowly inching our way there. Making gains. Yeah, Blastoise over both chosen. I mean, that's fair. Me and the boys plan for our insolence in the fight. Yep. That fight was... I think out of the entirety of Xenoblade Chronicles, that had to be my least favorite boss fight. And that says a lot. So pretty much just left to stand on me ever being able to level like Gen 5. Yeah. I will say, Mudkip, I think that you should give Gen 5 at least like a chance. Because just think about it like this. If you like Gen 5, you like Gen 5 just to spite that asshole. That's just the way that's my policy. Doduo is correct. And my dog stepped on my keyboard. Keyboard. Dorg. Give Dorgo head pat. Doggo deserve head pat. Oh, for starters, easy. Go to Infernape Skeletor. Really? I'm very curious on that. Do you not like Skeletors or Infernape? Because if so, we may have a select problem. I love Infernape and Skeletors. Infernape is literally Infernape is literally my favorite starter, and Skeletor is probably my third favorite starter. So we might have a slight error. I'm assuming that's Dipplin? Well, it's Dipplin or Hydrapple. Which again, side note, can we just appreciate the fact that Hydrapple's name is not Hydraplin? Like I love that it is not Hydraplin. No, those are my usual picks. Ah, okay, fair enough. Yeah, like... Yeah, like, the thing is, Charlotte has an interesting gimmick. The problem is they don't explain it well enough. And that there is no reason to ever use Charlotte's healing because Art's heal is just so freaking good. Like, Sword Drone's 10 with an Art's heal, like, level 6 gem. Why would you ever need Charlotte? Also, Ricky. You know, if you need a dedicated healer, Charlotte is by far the best. But the thing is, you don't really need a dedicated healer if you can hyper DPS your way through the fight so fast, you don't need to heal. And again, there is Ricky. There is Ricky. The best healer in the game. Because Ricky's freaking broken. How's this for alligator? Swampert, Infernape, Swampert, Greninja, Primarina, Deliana, Exclude. Why is Swampert in there twice? Do you mean Samurott? Like, what do we in circle? Gen, baby, hard no Gen. Why do I feel it's not cast form? Oh, Ogerpon. That's got to be Ogerpon. Cause like, oh yeah, no, the grass mask, fire, water, rock. I'm stupid. Okay, what up, Pokemon? Yeah. Would have done sword for Dipplin because he has big sword. Why does Dipplin have a sword? But yes, fun thing about Ricky back in Xenoblade Chronicles. Originally, Ricky was going to have the lowest health of all the characters. And then, just for one build of the game when they were testing, just for the shenanigans and the kick in the teeth, they decided, let's do a little bit of fuck around and find out. And as a joke, they gave Ricky the most health of any character in the game for that specific build. And everybody loved it. So, they just made Ricky have just the biggest health multiplier ever. It's like, yeah, no, this is amazing. Ricky is just great. This is why we love Ricky. And again, Ricky, best healer. Like, he has a freaking skill that it's half required party gauge to res an ally. That's 6 full revives out of instead of the usual 3. That's freaking broken. And also he does damage. Ricky is the true hero of Xenoblade Chronicles, and I will accept no other answers. Well, Gen 7? Mouse, lightning bolt, sunglasses? I'm assuming Gasly. Yeah, no, Ricky best. Ricky is the true hero upon Dino Beast. That's one point Xenoblade has over Chronicles 3. All the members are actually good. Both in gameplay, you can pick and choose different classes, and also story. They're funny and chill. I have still yet to play Chronicles 3. At some point, possibly, I'm going to get it. But I haven't decided entirely yet. At some point, I need to play Chronicles 2. I don't know when I'm going to get around to playing Chronicles 2. Or at the very least, watching Chugga's Let's Play of Chronicles 2 so I know the vague story. Oh, Duskull! Okay. See, when I was like, oh, dead. Go. Okay, like skull, poison. Ricky, okay. Okay. But Ricky is literally Team Dad. Ricky is literally Team Dad. Ryan is great, but like, Ricky. He attacks with a freaking teddy bear on a stick. Also, the Ricky, like, little dance idol animation he has is great. Get the Bible Chronicles. Oh boy. Oh boy. It was like the part in Chronicles 2 I got stuck at is like I'm in some cave and I can't freaking kill the thing to get past it. Because the combats in Chronicles 2 I just don't get. Okay, so the paradoxes are real from another universe, and also Wake World Rare Fire, I think about the Pokemon that died revived all 3 of them. I don't think that's the case. I don't quite think it was that they died and got revived that way. I don't quite think that is the case. Possibly, though. It could be possible. While bringing Pokemon back to life. I have come back to life! Megaball Fire entered our universe. Old enough to remember them. Hey, you died! I was literally at your funeral! How are you still here? I have several questions. I mean, remember, the Burn Tower burned down, like, in, like, the 1900s or actually, no, the 1900s-ish. First, you have to list Charlotte, Fiora. I don't like Fiora. Legitimately, my least favorite character in the game is Fiora. Like, I can tolerate Charla. I hate Fiora. Like, for me, it's like, even at her worst, I don't dislike Charla as a character. I like Charla as a character. As a party member, she kind of sucks. Fiora, do not like. There are few characters in game I hate. Fiora is one of them. And I will show you why. Melia, best girl. And I'll fight anyone who says otherwise. There will be a throwing of hands. All the bike like sandwiches. Oh, all the bike sandwiches. That's correct. Shulk, right. I like Shulk. Like, the entirety of the party, again, other than Fiora, I like. It's like, we couldn't have had the literal robot as the party member. Shulk be like, Fiora fell 10 miles and landed on her spine. Oh, she must be thirsty. Well, technically you're not wrong, Caleb. Technically you're not wrong. Why did I say that? I don't think Melia. I think Melia clears, but is good. I have no idea who that is, and I'm assuming they're a Chronicles 3 Hyantia. Also, fun fact, if you've ever paid attention to any of the names of my Togekiss in the Let's Plays and in various like battle teams I have, all of my Togekiss are named after Hyantia from Xenoblade. True story. Ah, that's Miltank. Miltank. AKA the Pokemon version of hamburgers. And as Splatoon fact, into the Junior has a larger ink tank and having an extra 10% and its own ink tank model. It keeps its 1 to 10% ink tank in the 30, but it doesn't have its own model. Yeah, can you explain that? If I fell 10 miles and landed on my spine, then didn't bring me a burger or a bucket of tangerines, I'd throw hands. Also, man, other than Lucario, what Pokemon or line would you remove from having ever existed? Oh, hard question, Greninja. That was a joke. It's Greninja. Still can't get over the first 3 picks. I'm genuinely excited for them to completely dominate that league. You cannot make a 4-star sandwich solo. There are ways of making it. With a group, there are certain specific recipes you have to follow, though. I do not know off the top of my head what they are, though, unfortunately. I know there's one involving, like, a lot of ham. Like, ham mustard, I think. Nutshell for JR. It is a Nutshell the Junior gets more ink than the other weapons. Really? Is there any reason the Junior gets just a bigger ink tank? Is it just like because the Junior in general is kind of shit? Okay, so I'm gonna have to join Cosmic. Yeah, you need everyone. I've always craved a tangerine. I'm just reminded, Blorb, of Paul Rudd in Ant-Man. Does anybody have any orange slices? Ah, God bless Paul Rudd. That man is a treasure. He was just above the Junior. Oh. You know the 3 Urban Mystica. Nice. Remember, no matter how old Eggill is, that'll face it. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I like Egil. I still say Egil should have been party member number 7, not Fiora. Egil deserved redemption arc to the end of existence. Egil deserved to live. Fiora did not. Fiora did not deserve the second chance. The robot did. Paul Rudd is the only good thing about any of the Ant-Man movies. You are correct, Roost. Paul Rudd just does not age. Like, I believe, like, Disney has a freaking vault of, like, movie footage and pictures and files for digitally de-aging all the actors. And I believe they have publicly said there is only one actor they do not need to CGI de-age, and that's Paul Rudd. Because he just does not age. He's a painting somewhere that ages for him. It's gotta be. Or he's a vampire. Or he's a Terminator. Whichever one it is. Red and oranges are tangerines that have already been surgically modified and soaked in juice. What? Can you explain, Blorb? I have several questions. Oh, the ink tank looked so much better in the first 2 games than in 3. I just don't know any else. I will give that a look, Mudkip. I suppose that's worth a look. Shark, skunk, fish. What? Shark, skunk? I have several questions. He is the real Mr. Immortal, not the old weirdo from She-Hulk. Yes, exactly! Thank you! First correct thing someone said about that all day. Oh, wait. Oh, that looks so cool! That's such a cool ink tank! Why did they get rid of that? So wait, if you got the junior in Salmon Run, did it have that special ink tank as well? Oh, we are out of time. All right. Well, 4 sandwiches, 0 shinies. Oddish is cursed. How do you hate Garchomp? What do you have against Garchomp? Garchomp is good bean. Garchomp is friend. What did Garchomp do wrong? Garchomp did nothing wrong. Garchomp is innocent, I tell you. I mean, yes, it destroyed competitive Pokemon. But Garchomp did nothing wrong. We should not hate Garchomp for being good. Justice for Garchomp. He pushed me into Area 0. What? How could it... There's a Garchomp overworld spawn? Ooh. Who do we raid? Who do we raid? Who do we raid? You know, let's go raid Fishy. Let's go raid Domestic Fishy. We gotta raid Fishy. We gotta raid Fishy. We raided Fishy. Look, I bet the one kid. That'd be a certain house and I'm Ah, yeah, I mean that thing. They could fly in SP. Wait, there's any... I mean, I know Garchomp can fly. Garchomp can canonically fly all the way back in Gen 4. Is there any Garchomp overworld encounters? Is there a place you can encounter Garchomp in the overworld? But we're gonna go raid Domestic Fishy. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully by then we hit 3K subs. Have a good night, everyone. Goodbye.